everyone! What's up? This is Tris, and I'm excited that you're here today. We'll explore the intriguing story of the British East India Company and its rule over India, from its establishment in England to its rise as a dominant force in Indian trade. We'll uncover the company's ambitious endeavors and the challenges it faced along the way. Join me as we delve into the fascinating history of the East India Company, its impact on India, and the events that led to its ultimate dissolution. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you find this video interesting, don't hesitate to show some love by hitting that like button. So without further ado, let's begin our journey into the captivating tale of the British East India Company. The rise and fall of the British East India Company. The story we're about to dive into revolves around a powerful company that once ruled India, British East India Company. It may seem unimaginable today, but in the annals of history, this tale is far from uncommon. Around 400 years ago, as trade with Asia boomed in Europe, the British sought to expand their business ventures into the distant lands of India. However, they faced challenges due to limited technology and financial resources. To overcome these obstacles, a group of British businessmen came together and formed a colossal entity known as the East India Company. By gathering funds from wealthy individuals and securing exclusive trading rights from the king, the East India Company set sail on its maiden voyage in 1601. After a year of prosperous trade with Asia, the company, like other European nations, set its sights on a more extensive presence in the region. Their first target was the Indonesian region, coveted by various European powers due to its abundant spice resources. At this time, the British East India Company relied on the funds raised for each voyage, with profits shared among the investors. In contrast, the Dutch company adopted a different approach, maintaining a continuous presence and distributing profits among its backers. This difference in structure gave the Dutch an advantage over the British. To compete, the British East India Company shifted its focus away from Indonesia and turned its attention to high-profit areas. In India, their primary emphasis was on cotton products, which offered superior comfort, lightweight feel, easy maintenance, and affordability compared to other fabrics in the UAE. The popularity of Indian cotton surged, triggering a boom in the British market. The East India Company capitalized on this demand by purchasing large quantities of Indian cotton products and selling them back home. This success prompted a reevaluation of their corporate structure, leading to significant growth and expansion. However, France emerged as a major rival to the British, establishing its own East India Company near the British base. The two powers engaged in frequent conflicts, including wars fought with the support of local forces. Ultimately, the British East India Company emerged as the victor, with dominance established in India. The East India Company pursued extensive interventions to maximize profits. They approached local leaders, aiding their rise to power in exchange for cooperation. Once these leaders were in place, the East India Company exerted control over eastern India, abolishing trade taxes, appointing more Indian officials than British ones, and implementing oversight to ensure loyalty. Initially, Indian leaders complied with these demands to protect their positions. However, as the demands escalated, conflicts arose, leading to confrontations with the British. This friction attracted dissatisfied Indian forces, who joined the resistance against the East India Company. In 1764, a battle erupted between the Indian and British East India Company forces, each boasting an army of 40,000 soldiers. The British East India Company emerged victorious, and as a result, the Indians relinquished an extraordinary privilege of the right to collect taxes from their citizens. This concession effectively granted the East India Company control over the region. The company's value soared as expectations grew among the people of England. However, the East India Company failed to meet these lofty expectations, collecting taxes from a population that was foreign to the British. lacked understanding of the local culture and language, and lacked modern technology proved to be a daunting task. Recognizing the company's struggles, the British government intervened, appointing a local representative to monitor the East India Company's operations. The company's strict tax collection policies led to the dispossession of land from Indian citizens who could not meet the financial demands. To strengthen their control, the East India Company significantly expanded its army, employing a local force of approximately 150,000 soldiers. The company continued its expansion, suppressing rebellions through force and securing allegiance through treaties favoring British interests. By 1850, the East India Company had extended its dominion across most of India, with few exceptions. However, their prosperity was short-lived due to one transformative event: Industrial Revolution. Technological advancements, including the invention of cotton manufacturing machinery, decimated the Indian cotton market. Consequently, the East India Company's revenue dwindled, and private British trade within Asia, which was relatively unregulated, diverted profits away from the company. While the British government's initial intent in monopolizing the East India Company was to control imports, prevent capital outflow, and regulate potentially harmful goods, such monopolies hinder overall business growth and stifle innovation. The clamor for free trade grew as Britain, empowered by the Industrial Revolution's mass production capabilities, sought to expand its market reach. As the East India Company's monopoly ended, an influx of traders flooded China with Indian opium, resulting in the Opium War, an armed conflict between the British, who aimed to sell drugs, and the Chinese, who resisted their introduction. With the end of the company's trading activities, the East India Company transformed into an organization that governed India through military might. However, its rule met its demise following a significant incident. Though initially favorable to the Indian forces, their lack of unity due to religious, ethnic, and identity differences, as well as limited experience in warfare, hindered their progress. The East India Company, leveraging alliances with non-rebellious soldiers in neighboring countries and employing advanced weaponry, ultimately crushed the rebellion after intense fighting. Recognizing the need for change, the British government abolished the East India Company's authority to rule India in 1858. Subsequently, direct British rule over India commenced, with the new British king assuming the title of Emperor of India. The tale of the British East India Company gives us invaluable insights into the interplay of power, trade, and colonialism. It's a narrative that brings to light the adverse effects of monopolies, the clash of different cultures, and the brave resistance put up by those who chose to challenge the status quo. Now, I'd love to know what surprised you the most about this captivating story. Are there other historical narratives that pique your curiosity? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Your feedback and ideas greatly contribute to shaping the content of this channel, and I'm always thrilled to explore the topics that intrigue you. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to show your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. As always, take care and stay curious. I look forward to seeing you in our next deep dive into history. Until then, goodbye.